Go and sin no more. We're all familiar with this gospel account. It's an incredibly dramatic scene. Jesus is in Jerusalem, in or just outside of the temple, and this woman's accusers throw her down in front of him, and they say, "We caught this woman in the very act of committing adultery." They turn to Jesus and say, "What should we do?" There's a pause, and Jesus kneels down. He writes in the sand, remember? And then he says, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." All the people drop their stones and they walk away. And then he asks the woman who was thrown in front of him, "Has no one accused you?" And she says, "No one, sir." And he says, "Then neither do I. Go and sin no more." Guys, there's nothing glorious or glamorous about sin. We see in Hollywood, on the movies and the television and the magazines, this glorification, this glamorizing of sin as if it's so awesome. You see these office scenes and they throw everything off the desk and then two people go at it, and what you don't see is the broken lives and the lies and the deceit and the messiness and the broken hearts that sin causes. Sin only leads to one place: misery. We know this from personal experience. I do. Think about when you're jealous. How do you feel when you're jealous? You just feel happy. You want to hug everybody. No. When you're jealous, you feel miserable. You feel the pangs of jealousy. You're turned in on yourself. I think one of the great images of what sin looks like is in Dante's Inferno, where Dante is taken on a tour of hell by Virgil, the philosopher. And they're going down the different levels. They get into the pit of hell and they see Satan, and I half expected him to look glorious and glamorous and powerful and commanding the demons, but he's not. He's frozen, he's stuck in ice, and he's got these huge bat wings, and as he flaps them, he's only freezing himself further, and he's turned in on himself, and he's miserable, and he's weeping. Not out of remorse, of course, out of self-hatred, out of hatred of God. That's what sin looks like. Why is Jesus always in the gospel, and why in the Old Testament do we hear God constantly saying, "Turn away from sin, turn away from sin, repent, come back to me," because he loves us. It says in John 10:10, Jesus says, "I came that you may have life and life to the full." And sin is not life-giving, it's life-taking. And God can't stand his children living in a way that is less than their dignity. We have a ton of sins. Let's just identify one or two that we make a decision about. I've been in relationship with this sin for a long time. I'm done. I'm going to decide, Lord, to turn away from this sin, to turn back to you, so that I can live the full life that you've made me for.